Hey folks, let's get real here. Searching for books in the Media Center can be frustrating. This is Mrs. Dushel, your Piney Grove Media Specialist, and I know how you feel. Sometimes you might feel like this when I tell you to use the computer catalog. Some of you might feel like this. And even others of you might feel like this. Believe me, we have all been there and done that, and there's no reason to have to feel this way. Today I'm going to show you a few easy tips to make your life in looking up books in the Media Center super easy. Let's start with the new way that you have to log on. In the past, when you came into the Media Center, the computers were already logged on for you and the card catalog was already pulled up. But now when you come in, it's your responsibility to log on using your own login and password. So let me show you how to do that. It's pretty quick and pretty easy. And once you get to know how to do it, I think that you'll be even able to show others how to do this. What you do is you come down here to the Start menu and you'll go to All Programs and then go up to Research because our catalog is actually on the internet. Click on Research and then go down to Media Center Catalog right here and click. This is going to pull you up to the entire Forsyth County Schools catalog. You don't want all their catalogs because you won't be able to find those items in our Media Center. So what you need to do is go to the Piney Grove Middle School and then click Login. And this will bring up the area where you're going to put in your normal username and password that you use for practically everything here at school. Okay, so I have already put in my username and password, and this is what the page will look like when you do that. I've actually logged in under a student username and password so that you can see what the student page looks like rather than the teacher page. Okay, there are 3 tabs up here at the top that you definitely want to check out. Of course, first of all, on the home page, you have all kinds of great links that you can go to if you're looking up things on the internet. You can find some encyclopedias online, you can see some resources online, but if that's not what you're looking for, if you're just looking to check out a book, then what you will do is go to the Catalog tab. But folks, before we do that, I'd like to check out the My Info tab. This is a great tab to show you all the books you have checked out, when they're due, and if you have any fines to pay. Okay, so let's go down and click on the My Info tab to see what's going on. Once you click on it, this page pulls up. And it's a really great page because you can see immediately that this student has 3 books checked out, that they were checked out on December 18th and December 20th, and that they were actually due yesterday. Dun, dun, dun. So this student will want to get those turned in pretty soon. However, there are no fines for this student, as you can see. Really, those will be the only 2 things that you're going to look at on this page. We don't do holds in this Media Center, and really we don't do recommended titles. So just take a look at the books that you have out, and do you have any fines going on? Now we're going to go to the Catalog tab right up here on the top. If you click on it, it is going to take you to this page, which is probably familiar to most of you. What have you done in the past when you wanted to find a mystery book or a scary book or a romance? What have you done? Well, let me show you the easiest way to find those books in our Media Center, because unfortunately our Media Center is not grouped by genre or book type. It's grouped in ABC order by the author's last name. So you can't just go and find our mystery section. We don't have one. So what if you want to look up a mystery book? All you'll do is type in mystery, and then you have a choice. You can click on keyword, title, author, subject, and series. Well, since this is a subject I'm looking up, obviously I'm going to click on that. But before I do, I want to look down here and make sure that I haven't changed any of this stuff. Just leave this as it is, and it's going to make your life a lot easier. So let me click on subject and see what we get. This is really great. It tells you right up here on the top left-hand side that our Media Center has 325 mystery books. tons and tons and tons of them. So when you're on this page, you can tell a lot of stuff about a book. So let me kind of walk you through that. If you will pull your eyes over here on the right, what you'll find out is this book available today right now? This says that 1 out of our 1 book is available. That means we only have 1 book in the media center of this, but it is here. It's available. If you scroll down a little further, you'll find that, wow, this one, Dark Secrets, sounds really, really good. I love that author. I think I want to check that out. But 0 of the 1 book is available. So that means it's not here right now. Well, guys, do you see this little green check mark down here? It says add to this list. This is what's really great. I have a terrible memory because I'm so busy and I always have to make myself lists. You probably are the same way. You might not make the list, but you might forget a lot. So this little option is awesome. If you want to come back in the library next week and see if Dark Secrets is available, all you have to do is click add to this list, and let me show you what happens. Okay, so it appears like nothing has happened. It's kind of bumped up here to the top, and now it says in this list. Well, let me show you how to get to that list when you log on. When you log on, you can go over here to the left in catalog in gray, and this says resource lists. I know it's cut off a little bit, but if you click on resource lists, you will see that you actually have your own personal list, and every time you click that green arrow and say add to list, it puts the book that you want to read sometime in the future in that list. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, wow, here's a bunch of books that I'm interested in reading, and if I go down here, look, here is the book that I really, really want to check out but was not available. So this is really great and a great option for me if I want to come back later and find that book. Here we are back at the catalog list for all the mystery books that are here at Piney Grove Middle School. And there are a lot of great details that you can figure out just by looking at this page. Let's take a look at these Beyond the Grave, The Billionaire's Curse, these few books here that are on the screen. Here's what it tells you. The first thing that it tells you is, hey, this Lexile is 550. Now, not all the books are going to have a Lexile number on there, but if it does, it's really helpful. It also has something really great. It says the reading level. Now, I want you to remember that this does not necessarily mean that it's a 4th grade level book. It just means that when they went through and they did this particular test on the book, that it came up as a 4.0. This one I find very helpful. It's the interest level, that this particular book might be interesting to grades 3 through 6, but it might be interesting to an 8th grader. It just really depends. And then finally, what it says up here is sometimes it lists the book in the series. So this would be book 4. I certainly wouldn't want to start with this one. Now, the final thing that is so important about this page is that it tells you the call number of the book. And we're going to talk all about the call number and what it means. So this call number thingy is probably going to be your best friend. This is what actually helps you locate the book if you're interested in finding it. The first part of the call number is where in the media center are you going to find it? Is it going to be in our fiction section, which is going to be right in front of our checkout desk? Or is it going to be in our nonfiction section? And this is not nonfiction, this is fiction, but it could be in our nonfiction section. And that's going to be over by Mr. Wiles' office, where we have the big giant cow on the top of that bookshelf, and then directly across from the big giant cow. We just really have 3 shelves that have nonfiction. So the Billionaire's Curse here is in our fiction section. So we're going to want to look in the bookshelves that are directly across from the checkout desk. The next part of the call number tells us the first 3 letters of the last name of the author, and that's how our books go. They go in alphabetical order based on the person's last name. So if you are looking for N-E-W, you are going to want to go up and down the rows until you get to the N's. Then you're going to want to look for the N-A's, and probably the next one that'll come will be the NEs. And then you're going to want to look for books that are NEW. Now there are little signs on the bookshelves that tell you that this bookshelf is going to have letters this to this on it, and that's going to help you find your books. But really you just need to get down in there and look at the spines of the books and go in ABC order to find your book. I have now scrolled down the page to show you the difference between what a fiction book call number looks like and what a nonfiction call number looks like. As you can see here, Theodore Boone, Kid Lawyer, is going to be fiction. So you're going to find that again in the section that's across from the checkout desk, and you're going to find it in ABC order here. But a call number of a nonfiction book down here is a little bit different. You're not going to have FIC. It's going to start with a number, and that number is going to tell you really which bookshelf it's going to be on. You are going to look at the bookshelf that's over on the wall next to Mr. Wiles' office, and you'll start there and look down that bookshelf, and then you'll go over on the right hand side of the Media Center and look down those bookshelves. They go in numerical order. So you will just start looking, finding the 700s, and start looking and finding the 740s, and then the 741s, and then finally you're going to look for the 741s with the .5 at the end. Once you find the .5s, there's going to be a bunch of books in that section too, and they start going in alphabetical order after that. So once you find the 741 .5s, you're going to start looking at the A, B, C, Ds, and keep going until you find the ones that are in the Ls. And then finally you'll work your way up to finding the book that is LER. So hopefully that makes sense, how to use a call number. We're going to practice this again later to kind of give you a chance to find what you're looking for. There's one more thing I want to show you before we go and try some different types of searching. What I'd like to show you is, what if you want a little more information about that particular book? This sounds kind of cool to me. Down the Rabbit Hole and Echo Falls Mystery. Sounds like Alice in Wonderland. I kind of like Alice in Wonderland. I'm going to go ahead and click on the book title when it turns blue. And that will take me to a little description page of the book. Now, unfortunately, the description is only one sentence long, like her idol, Sherlock Holmes. 8th grader, well, I'm going to stop there. I love Sherlock Holmes. I'm an 8th grader. Not really, but, you know, work with me here, folks. And she solves a murder case. I love murder mysteries. This book sounds really, really good to me. And it looks like, yep, one is available here. It's in. So here's a great thing that I can do. If I read Down the Rabbit Hole and it's just a really good book, I can go back and type that book in and go to this page. And this page is wonderful because if you really liked the murder mystery part, the homicide, which is like murder, if you really liked that part about the book, then you can click Find It, and it will give you a list of the other murder mysteries that we actually have here in the Media Center. So it's great to find a book you like, to type it in, and then you click on the title. I'm going to show you one more time how to do that. Let's pretend we loved And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. You click on the title, and then you look here under Explore. What did I really like about that book? Did I like the murder? Did I like the fact that it took place on an island? Homicide, another name for murder. So I'm just going to go for the nice and crass word murder. I'm going to click on it. And then, of course, there's all these books in the Media Center that have to do with murder mystery. So that's another great way of finding books that you like. So let's pretend that you read And Then There Were None in class and you really enjoyed it. You know you like murder mysteries, and Agatha Christie was the author, so you think you might want to check out some more books by Agatha Christie. Well, here's the way you would do it in our search catalog. You just go to the Find section and type in Christie, if I can spell it correctly, first of all. And then instead of going to subject, I'm going to go to the author and click on that. And the great thing about this search catalog is it will then show us all the books by Agatha Christie that are here in our Media Center. So that's another way to check out what's available in the Media Center on our catalog.